Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So if you're going to have an X on your back, you may as well make it as big as you can at this point. Now, I'm going to be ruffling even more feathers, believe it or not, with what I'm going to start approaching next. And this is to liven up our validators. Currently, it's a bit of a joke to be a Terra Classic validator, dare I say. The reason why I say this is because you can just simply enter the active set. It's just like a reward system. You know, even a huge $10 million company like KuCoin has to get their rewards from us. They give nothing, they burn nothing, they've never ever helped us, yet we allow them to not participate in governance, take all the rewards and give nothing in return. Things like this have to stop. The reason why is if we can shake off all of these validators, right, that are just absorbing rewards, we're going to increase everybody else's rewards for those who are actually building in this blockchain. And then guess what? As those people start to build, other small projects are going to think to themselves, do you know what? This is a good opportunity. Let's get involved with Luna Classic. Does everybody remember when we had all of those different projects wanting to get involved? Well, let me tell everybody something. We've got projects lining up out the door. I think I've got about 5-6 projects which are begging me to help them make their dip of a toe into this blockchain. For me, it's always a sensitive subject doing anything like that, and I don't like to do it. I kind of like to usher people like that in and say, you know, this is the blockchain, this is how it works. If you want to get involved, you can make a node, you know, you can do all of these different things. Bish, bash, bosh. It's up to you at that point. You know, it's not my responsibility what they then go on to do, right? So I think it's really important that we understand something's off. Okay, I'm on classic.terra.money. I got mine from this website. You can get yours from your local Sainsbury's. I'm just kidding. You can get it from this website. I'll leave links to it in the description. But it specifically states in here, and this is not actually in the kind of like, look, this is what I call the quick guide, so to speak. What I'm actually on is, it's not the quick guide. It's a real deep system. This one goes into crazy lengths. It links into GitHub and other things like that. So like I was saying, at some point, okay, it was a punishable offense that you would be slashed if you do not pass it to, I can't even say the word where I've said it so many times, participate in governance. Okay, and we're simply seeing this across board. And the sad thing is, you know, it's a lot of people that have got a lot of voting power, and they are taking a lot from our Oracle rewards pool and giving nothing in return. And validators should be building on this blockchain. They should be building to expand this blockchain's technology. We've got a huge infrastructure system, which is so greatly underrated. And I think if people just go back and look at all of the sorts of like content creators, so to speak, that were doing stuff for Luna before the crash, you know, it was like this thing that had been sent to them by the Lord, baby Jesus himself, and it was pure gold. So, you know, this active set things, we've got to, you know, things have to change at the core ultimately. And I believe this is a start towards change. But like I was saying, something's off because someone has got to have removed this through some kind of parameter change. Slashing has been turned off in a strange manner. And I know slashing doesn't do what it's supposed to do the majority of the time. Penalties should be in place. They were put in place for a reason to begin with. And we should think about reintroducing those once again, and then also questioning as a community, why is this just not active? Why is this not actually running currently? And why are we consistently allowing bigger players to just walk all over us, do what they want, build nothing? You know, it's like being Elon Musk, right? And then allowing Steve Jobs to just, you know, use all of your stuff, use all your technology, use all of your funding to build his whatever he wants to build. You know, it doesn't work like that in real life, and it shouldn't work like that on this blockchain. People should be giving, and the quicker we can start to reintroduce stuff like this and really get ourselves better aligned with the system how it was previously to the crash, the better we're likely going to do if we tread a similar path minus obviously the huge crash through the anchor system. But, you know, it was going good places, and I honestly believe in this punishment system for the specific reason that it takes 2 minutes to whip a ledger out, plug it into a USB port. Even on your phone, you can get a USB port adapter, go onto station and sign. You don't need to put your mnemonics in. It's not any, you know, if you've got a ledger, you know how easy it is to make a transaction. It's the same for a validator when they make a vote. It's not complicated. We need to stop letting exchanges, all of these different kind of bigger players walking all over us, not building nothing, not contributing anything, rarely voting, and only realistically voting when the community's on top of them and it risks their, you know, very protective over the voting power and stuff like that. And then at the same time, right, we've got all of these huge projects that don't contribute anything but have huge treasuries which are self-delegated just through ghost wallets, so it's not self-staked, so the communities simply can't see it. But, you know, we can see stuff like that on the top holders for each node, and you can query things through the Swagger system. It's not complicated to reintroduce something like this to ensure that we've got a better system that is bringing punishable offenses. And guess what? Slash coins go straight back into the Oracle rewards pool, so we prosper anyway. There has to be punishments. I solely believe this. And like I was saying, all I'm doing right now is painting a huge X on the back of myself. And this is going to upset a lot of different validators that simply just want to be here to claim rewards. But ultimately, someone like myself needs to point these things out and say, hey, you know, build, or, you know, don't build and don't vote and don't do all of these things and, you know, get slashed. It's, you know, there has to be a level of like re-contribution into this blockchain. Otherwise it's just airdrops and commissions and until it runs dry. And, you know, all of those big validators, they'll just leave. They'll just go to these other blockchains that they're working on, that they're launched on. They don't care, right? They just care about the amount of rewards they're getting. And it's just, to them, they're like, oh, it's in a death spiral, it's going to die anyway. Why do I care, right? I'm here to change that. I hope when I put this forward, we could get something like this put back into place, but it's very questionable, and it's kind of like raising that 5% commission fee. It shocked me that we managed to get that through and that got passed, and, you know, there was enough people behind it. I think there's going to be a situation like that again, but I honestly believe, and I think a lot of people are starting to understand this, that we can't just allow people to live rent-free all the time and these big players to keep prospering, not allowing the growth of new, smaller projects. If we look at all of the different projects in our sector currently, they're each struggling. Guess why? Because they get paid in LUNC. Validators, small ones like myself, we've been struggling for months and months and months and months. Why? Because we get paid in LUNC. We're here for the blockchain. Folks, I hope you got some good information from this, and I hope it wasn't a little bit too intrusive and stuff like that. And like I said, I'm going to be ruffling so many feathers. I'm going to have so many people who just dislike me in general because I'm doing so much for the blockchain. I'm giving it all to the blockchain, and I'm just removing these different sorts of power plays from different people, because once they've got no power and they're not gaining these rewards, and they're getting slashed because they can't keep up with governance voting, and they're losing voting power because they're voting and it's not right and stuff like that. That's what needs to happen. These are the routes that need to take course. Sometimes you have to make changes, step back, and allow just nature to take its course in a lot of situations. If we can bring in a new blood of validators and get these validators that have left to come back, we could solve so many problems just from that. Folks, none of this is financial advice. Beware of scammers, beware of doppelgangers, beware of anybody pretending to be me. And as always, I will catch you in the next one.